Guys, please like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you love college football as much as I do. This week we have the matchup we've been waiting for all offseason. Texas A&M versus Alabama. Okay, as we all know, A&M has really underachieved on offense this year. It's been pretty bad. Defensively, they've been amazing overall, besides the Mississippi State game. Okay, Alabama's been perfect. Now, I'm not giving a scenario if Bryce Young was playing. We all know what would happen with it. But let's say he doesn't play. I don't think he's going to play with Texas A&M. You know, A&M really, if Bryce doesn't play, they have a legitimate chance of winning this game because now A&M is not going to throw the football a lot. People look at the Arkansas game and say, yeah, their offense put 50 points, 48 points, but at the same time, a lot of that was being pulling away from Arkansas. Arkansas had a legitimate chance to win that game once Bryce Young was hurt and couldn't play anymore. All right? And the new quarterback, I can't say his name. I'm not even going to try. But he did not really have I'm not going to say he doesn't have an arm, but given how Nick Saban was calling the plays, that tells me he does not trust him to air the ball out with him specifically. Probably because he's not ready yet. But he's a heck of a runner. He's a good athlete. He's real big and strong. He's built like Anthony Richardson from Florida, if you noticed that, right? You know, he had a big run, 75-yard run that put Alabama at first and goal, helped them pull away with a running game with Jahmyr Gibbs or whatever his name is. So for A&M to win this game, if Bryce doesn't play, that defense has got to be at its best at all-time high this season, which it will be. They're going to play really well. Alabama's not going to run the football very well in this game. They're not going to run the football very well with the running back or the quarterback if it's him that plays and not Bryce Young. Honestly, if Bryce Young plays, he's not going to be healthy in that game, so I'm not worried about that either if I'm a Texas A&M fan. Defense, you've got to stop the running game. You've got to hold Alabama from getting past midfield. You don't want Alabama to get field goals. Anybody that can get even field goals against A&M has a chance to beat A&M. That's how bad the offense has been this year, okay? If I'm just being honest with you. But A&M's offense, I wouldn't say piss poor, but it does have a chance to produce some, especially with Alabama's defense. Alabama's defense didn't play terribly against Arkansas, but A&M has not more weapons, about the same amount of weapons, but given that this game is almost a hate game between Jimbo Fisher and Nick Saban, that means Jimbo's going to call more plays on offense. He's going to open up his playbook a little bit more, if you know what I mean. So A-Chain has got to be a factor in this game early and often. I wouldn't just use him as a runner. We'll have to run it 15, 20 times. He's going to also have to play a part in the passing game. You're going to have to use him as an emotion to go out wide and let him go downfield and catch some big throws. He's going to have to be a guy that probably put him in the slot. You're going to have to do whatever you need to do with him just to be a factor in the passing game. A&M had a really big recruiting class, but that also means they had a lot of young players that haven't played before. A&M's got talent, so that's not an issue. You're going to have some young players play wide receiver, make sure they can catch the football, make sure they can make it third and manageable. The A&M, I think, is just as strong as anybody, if not stronger, in the trenches. That's not why they've lost games. That's not the line of scrimmage is not an issue for Texas A&M, obviously. It's making plays on offense as far as not special teams, but you know what I mean, receivers. So Max Johnson, I think he's gritty, he's tough. He's going to have to be a factor in the running game against Alabama. I know he's probably not going to do a whole lot running the ball. I don't think A-Chain's going to have 150 yards rushing against Alabama, but he's good enough against Alabama's defensive line, who's very good this year, to get 80, 90 yards rushing. A solid game on the ground with at least one touchdown, if it's at the goal line or the 2-3 yard line. He's good enough to do that. You might even have to use A-Chain in a wildcat formation just to give Alabama's defense something else to think about. But if Alabama, and the most important thing for A&M is do not turn the ball over. If you guys don't fumble or throw picks, that's still good if you have to go 3 and out at worst case scenario. Let's make sure that's the worst case scenario, going 3 and out. Because that means it's a chess match. You're waiting for either team to make a mistake first. So if I have to wait on anybody, anticipate anybody making a mistake, it's going to be Alabama's offense with the young quarterback. Because even though we know Max Johnson is not a Bryce Young, he's been a decent game manager. If A&M's defense shows up to play and they can hold Alabama to under 20 points, A&M legitimately has a chance to win this game. They've shown that they can be good on blocking kicks. They can block punts. They're good at recovering fumbles. Defenses can score for A&M, so they can dominate the line of scrimmage. They've shut down offenses before. They held Arkansas to actually less points than Alabama did. So A&M does have a chance to win this football game if they do enough offensively by not turning the ball over, flipping field position. I don't think they'll be great on third down in this game against Alabama's defensive front. If they play clean, penalty-free, if defense dominates the line of scrimmage against Alabama's offensive line, who has not been consistently great all year. They block good against Arkansas. Well, Arkansas's defense is not great, obviously. And Arkansas's defense still had a chance to win this game for them had they seen that 75-yard run coming from the backup quarterback. So A&M can win this game. They legitimately can if Bryce Young doesn't play. So if they beat Alabama, it really won't surprise me too much, to be honest with you. Like, comment, subscribe. Please share the video when I'm done. Peace.